We are looking at 1970s sewing pattern counter books today. Well, hi everyone, how are you? I'm excited to bring you this Viv Mom Sews today because I have in my possession three 1970s great big, and you won't believe how big they are. I'm going to show them to you. I'll do a comparison between counter books now and counter books then. If you've been sewing for a while like I have, maybe you remember going to the fabric store with your mom as a kid and getting to see the catalogs. Every so often my mom would bring one home to me. And I have such a great memory of that it was an absolute given, now that we have eBay, that I would grow up to buy my own counter books. And it's not strictly sentimental. I really like having the current counter books so that when I'm dreaming up something to sew, I can sit down and page through them and think, oh yeah, I want to make that, or I want to make that. And then I can go find my pattern. So it's really convenient, but the old ones are a whole lot of fun. And I'm going to show you, I have McCall's, Vogue, and Simplicity. And I thought I would do all three in one episode, but maybe we'll just take them one at a time. You can let me know if today's show interested you. I'll come back and do some more. So I'm going to be using my pointer because I'm very ashamed of my bitten fingernails. However, I have ceased biting them for about 2 weeks now, so they're on the comeback trail. This is the story of my life, and it's an old tired story. So I'm going to use my pointer. I'm going to turn the camera so that you can see these books, or this book, up close and personal. Let's get to it. Hang on. This is my Vogue counter book given to me as a gift from Renee. Thank you, Renee, so much. This Vogue book is from fall of 1973. It's a hardcover. My McCall's book I bought off of eBay for approximately $28, and it is from January of 1975. And my Simplicity is from fall of 1977. So I wanted to show you the size difference of these old books from the 70s versus what we've got now. Let me get this other junk out of the way. And here's 1977, and here is 2020. So they have definitely reduced in size. And of course, now they're all paperback. They were a lot sturdier back in the day. Now this is just a cardboard cover, and so is McCall's, whereas this Vogue is pretty heavy duty. So let's save the Vogue, let's save the McCall's, perhaps for another day, and let's get a look at this Simplicity catalog from 1977 featuring ESP patterns, extra sure, and we see that Simplicity promises us that they're going to make beautiful use of our time. So, opening up, they were really pushing these ESP patterns, and they have a whole little section with pants. The blouson, remember the blousons? We have a back wrap skirt, a ruffled blouse, And you know, I think in 1977, Kiana, remember that fabric? Kind of like today's ITY, but maybe a little bit slinkier and shinier. Well, Kiana was coming on strong in the late 70s. We have a little jumper over here, and we have culottes over here, another wrap skirt, a jacket finished with bias binding around the edges. And those were the ESPs, and they were really hot off the press in 1977. So we're gonna start off with Jiffy. If you can see that way up here, this first tab is Jiffy, and maybe some of these will bring back memories. I know they do for me. I was interested to see the paper bag waist. That had a moment. You know, maybe it's still a little current, but I know that a couple years ago that was a really popular style. So Jiffy's, of course, we see a lot of cowl necks. That was also really popular in the 1970s. Here's that shiny Kiana fabric. And knits, stretch knits were gaining popularity in the 70s. People were getting more and more comfortable with them. And these do look pretty Jiffy to me, these patterns. Now, some Jiffy patterns, I did make this dress as a teenager. I do remember it. It's actually a top and a skirt. Some of those Jiffy patterns from the 60s were not very Jiffy, but these look pretty quick and easy. Unisex patterns. What do you think of unisex patterns? I think sometimes they don't really work as far as sizing goes. But this was pretty innovative because you could take off this little rain jacket and package it up in itself. So that's kind of cute. Kind of cute. Patchwork, quilted patchwork wrap jacket. And I believe leisure suits for men were having a moment in the late 70s. And so this is kind of the equivalent for women. Here we have an infinity dress. These have always interested me. I mean, I probably wouldn't try one now, but those are still popular. You can wrap them all. Look at this, 2 pages, 1 pattern. That's the same one, 8086. And that looks like a fine green Kiana. All right, wrap skirts, an enduring style. Some of these are really cute. This is a Wonder Wrap sundress. You can turn it into a skirt or a dress. And these are all the Jiffies. So there was a fairly big section. If you can see that, pretty thick. Cute halter tops. 77, of course, was right after the bicentennial. And in my McCall's book over here from 75, they were getting ready for the bicentennial, and boy, was there a lot of red, white, and blue. So after we have Jiffy, we go into sportswear and separates. Very high-waisted pants. Those have made a comeback. Everything old is new again. Look at this jumpsuit. There was one indie pattern that did a flight suit. They called it a flight suit recently, and that was super popular. So this is Sportswear and Separates. I loved these drawings so much. I wanted to be these girls because Candace is an artist, my daughter, and she taught me the rule of head lengths. So the average person, I guess, has maybe 7 head lengths, 6 head lengths. These, the way they draw them so stylized, they have about 10 or 11 head lengths. So of course all the clothes are going to look fabulous on them. This was another popular little sub-brand, Go Everywhere. And you got a lot of pieces in there and could make all kinds of things. The overalls, very popular in the 70s. I actually think these are both really pretty cute. If they were lengthened just a wee bit down to midi length, they are perfectly popular right now. All right, after we have sportswear and separates, we have coordinated separates, and that includes coats and suits. All right, so we'll look at a few of these. I really want to hear from you in the comments if you sewed any of these. One of my favorite things to read about, truly, when I look over the comments are sewing memories. I just love them. All right, tops, t-shirts, blouses, skirts, and pants. They lumped all of those together. So we have a section on skirts and tops. I'm telling you, you could sew these today and they would be in style. Maybe not all of them, but quite a few of them. Peasant tops never go out of style. The little ribbon embellishments are cute. Fancier, with a bow around the neck and all this lace down the front. Here's another unisex. That's pretty ambitious. Look at that, a puffer vest for the men. How to sew. Okay, so those are the tops. And this says sensational new shapes. Versatile enough to top everything from skirts to jeans. And they mention handkerchief hem. So that's the uneven hem that dips down. I've heard that called a shark bite as well. Coming into dresses. Now the first part of these dresses are for junior and junior petite, and then we segue into Mrs. and Miss Petite. Here is an iconic Diane von Furstenberg wrap dress. Of course, it's not hers, but it's a copycat. And those are kind of universally flattering. All right, here are some cute dresses that I'll just page through. And you can see if anything jumps out at you that you might have made back in the day. I loved the sundresses. I never put shirts under my sundresses to make them year-round, but you can do that. And tall, skinny, impossibly shaped drawings. So something like this, where it's just a giant, waterfall from above the bust, that's going to be a lot trickier to wear than one might think. But look how cute they make it look. All they have to do is sell you the pattern. After that, it's like, we're done here, good luck. This is a cute dress, personal fit pattern, so that was a big deal because this pattern is available in 3 sizes, and they combined them. Well, now all pattern sizes are combined. I saw this pattern right here, $7,975 for sale on eBay for, I believe, $28. Cute front seams, and this is a bias cut so you can match those stripes. I made this dress right here. I totally remember it. It was so cute. It has tucks at the shoulders, and I loved that dress. Okay, these are skirt and top sets going on and on in the dresses. There's that wrap dress again. And then we come to contemporary fashions and designer. There's that dress I was just talking about. And I made mine in a floral calico, very similar to that. So they have contemporary fashion and what they call designer fashions. I don't know if they list designers by name. We'll check on that in a second. These are all their contemporary fashions. And designer, designed by Butte Knit. Okay, who is Butte Knit? Those are heavy double knit, you can just tell. So yeah, when they say designer fashion, Simplicity doesn't name a designer, so it's a little bit lame. I mean, Vogue had all the great designers. So there are the designer fashions in 1977. Now, I also loved the models. This is Beverly Johnson, you can tell. I definitely liked seeing some of the more famous models in the sewing catalogs because sewing was big business. We know that it started to suffer severely with the advent of fast fashion, but in the 70s, there were still plenty of people sewing garments. All right, this is now evening, at home, bridal, and maternity. And you know, just apropos of nothing, I looked up maternity fashions on Something Delightful. There are almost none. Almost none. So these are going to be dressier looks, caftans, full length. I made this sundress with the little triangle panel in the front. I didn't put lace on mine. All right, here are these impossibly tall women once again. My mom made this dress and I made this dress. I made mine out of a kind of a splashy floral like this gal's wearing, and I put the long sleeves on it and it's all just a bit too much. But I like the dress and I think I'll take the sleeves off of it. All right, bridal. Let's see what they have for bridal. You folks who sew wedding gowns, I don't know how you do it. Don't know how you do it. Tell me about it if you did. This is pretty. Look at this. With the little back cut out. Beautiful. All right, let's get to those wedding dresses. They're way in the back. This is cute. This is very current. Very current. All of these are really. I mean, people love 70s fashion. Okay, here's a wedding dress. Very demure, very decent, modest, and pretty. It's really pretty. These are a little more, I don't know, maybe country style. You can almost see the advent of gunny sacks in these old 70s formal and bridal designs. And that's it. Just 3 pages for bridal. So at home and maternity, we're going to have lots of nightgowns and robes. Look at the cute maternity. Now, I think the t-shirts that they pull tautly over their bellies are cute and can look nice, but some of the bodycon maternity stuff, I almost hearken back to something a little roomier. I don't know, I'm just old school that way, of course. Oh, more unisex. I don't know any men who would sleep in this, but you know what? It's kind of cool. Although, I don't think I would put an actual collar on a man's sleeve shirt. That can be maternity. It's not marked specifically. Smocks, simple to sew. This was a popular maternity pattern. And then we go to the teen scene. Easygoing looks with lots of pizzazz. Pizzazz? Okay, if you say so. These are adorable. I love the teen stuff. Here's another jumpsuit. Lots of unisex in the teen department. Suddenly we have crafts. Maybe that's, you know, to introduce teens how to sew. Okay, so after the cute teen stuff, now this pattern here was special to me, 7866. It was the first dress that I ever sewed, and I had such a hard time finding this pattern. And then some wonderful person named Debbie, she sent me a picture of this on Instagram, and that was the one, and I was reunited, and I bought 2 of them. They're only in junior sizing though, so I don't even know if I could wear them now. All right, those are the teens, lots of how to sew. We have half sizes, misses and women back here. Adaptable cardigan. Who doesn't love a cardigan? Now these pantsuits, I'm gonna say, are a little bit dated. However, as separates, they would work, and actually even matching. I think they're kind of cool. All right. Misses and women, I believe these might be the half sizes. I sewed a half size from 1960 something, and I really liked how it fit. So these are misses and women, and yes, it says half sizes and women's sizes. All right. Great stuff. Great, great, great. Jumpsuit. Jumpsuits are huge. I actually love jumpsuits. And coming up on the end, we're going to have girls, children, and toddlers. And I did sew for my kids when they were little. And then I've come full circle and I've sewn some things for them as grown-ups. So there are children, and back in here we'll get to, I wanted to see the baby stuff because I've been sewing some baby clothes. Not for my family, but for friends. So here we go. Children, toddlers, and layettes. Hey, in the back of the book, here come the toddlers. That's adorable. And we know that would be really easy to make. Although I did make a Kwik Sew dress with this kind of neck treatment for myself, and it was not good. They had facings in there and it was just overly complicated. Baby clothes are here. Lots of toddlers and little kids. I think there are baby clothes. My gosh, so much to choose from. All right, here's a little layette and christening gown. Oh, look. Look how cute. A little matching coat for her dress and a hat. And yes, you could make the hat. Well, you know what? Hardly any baby clothes. Did I miss them? Here's some baby. Some big baby. Not a whole lot for infants. Okay, then we have men. Now, I don't know if there's more men then or now in terms of sewing patterns, but predominantly we have women's fashion. Now look at this. Teen boys jeans. How about those? Pretty high-waisted. Western shirting. So we have little boys, and then, oh my gosh, a go everywhere for men. Unlined jacket. Pants and shorts. Oh boy. Leisure suit alert. I'm really fond of this patchwork one. Ha ha. All right, so there are the men's clothes, and yes, you can use some polyester for those. And actually, that's a pretty good assortment of patterns for men, I think. Of course, the boys are sort of mixed in there, but not bad, not bad. Simplicity. At the very end, we have accessories. So this is where the biggest difference is, because I think I saw maybe 2 pages of costumes. And now we know costumes have exploded with cosplaying. Okay, so they just have a nominal amount of crafts, and we have all kinds of iron-on designs. We have embroidery. This is before the big embroidery machines. I guess, I don't know, maybe the Cams did embroidery on the old Kenmores and Singers. And a little bit for home deck. They had a bodysuit. That's pretty cool. Accessories, travel, duffel bags, hats. I did have this pattern as a kid. I made quite a few of these. I made the horse, the kangaroo, the dog, the rabbit, the camel, and the cat. The only one I never made was the little elephant. And I can remember making them out of my mom's scraps. So a lot of them were double knit, which is just so funny, but it worked. Okay, here's some more costumes, but these are for kids. Square dancing, and what do they call this? They call these costumes. So cheerleader, majorette, and skating costumes. On the back, we have the exact same picture as the front. That was Simplicity 1977. Let me know how you enjoyed looking through this, and if you want me to do a similar video for McCall's and Vogue. Look at Vogue. So cool. And I mean, they had major photo shoots, and they had celebrity models. I know that in my McCall's book, Patty Hansen, let me find her. Patty Hansen, who is now married to Keith Richards, and they've been married a long time, so I give them props. But she is all through this McCall's book. And now I will not be able to find her because I want to. There she is. Patty Hansen. Isn't that crazy? So, I mean, it was a real coup to get a modeling job with the sewing pattern companies. That's going to wrap it up for today. I'm so glad you were here, and I will be back later this month with a little fashion show, emphasis on little. Hang on. Yeah, my fashion show is going to be kind of small because I had what I thought was a super stylish top, and I really worked hard on it, and it had ruffles, and I did the narrow hem, little rolled hem on my serger, and finished it and put it on, and it is so bad. Oh, it's bad. It's a fail. I can't wear it. I'll show it to you guys just for a laugh, but you know, it happens. I was momentarily really bummed, and then I thought, it just happens in sewing. Sewing is a gamble. You literally roll the dice, and if everything works and it fits and you love it, it's such a win. But I guess we can't expect everything to be a hit. So that's all for now. I know this is kind of long, and I'll say goodbye. I'll see you later this month. Talk to me in the comments and let me know about your sewing memories. Bye, everyone.